Well, all is good? Good. All right, then we're starting. Now, as we all know, and it's been mentioned, and I didn't even need to mention it because you already knew that this Thursday is officially Thanksgiving Day. And even though Thanksgiving seems to have lost its decorative emphasis these days, and there aren't any catchy tunes associated with it, still, it has managed to squeeze into our life in between Halloween ghosts and Christmas Santas. And it remains a significant part of many of our lives. But often because we want everyone we plan to spend Thanksgiving Day with to have a really good time, we get caught up ahead of time in the fuss and bother and concern of planning the holiday celebration. I mean, whether we're preparing the whole meal or we're just planning to bring our special dish, often our preparation is filled with anxiety because we just want everything to be perfect. And it can even be filled with resentment, especially if somebody else isn't bringing their special dish or they're not doing their part to help out. I mean, by the time Thanksgiving, see, Santa Claus is yanking at me. By the time Thanksgiving Day arrives, we're often too stressed to feel blessed and too grumpy to feel grateful. And by the time we sit down to Thanksgiving dinner, we're often so exhausted from all the commotion that preceded it. It's difficult for us to remember what the day is all about. I mean, we could say that we've forgotten to stop and smell the turkey. We've forgotten to make it our intention to focus with love on those around us and to feel gratitude for all the good that we have in our life. Now, if any of this sounds even remotely familiar, then the good news is that since we've been focusing all this month, for a whole month of Sundays so far, on gratitude and appreciation and giving thanks, if we've been practicing feeling those high vibrations within us as often as we can each day, and if we've begun to experience the positive energy that fills us whenever we're feeling grateful, then we've been building up for a full day of giving thanks on Thursday. I mean, a full day to feel grateful right where we are, wherever we are. A full day of appreciating whomever we're with, wherever we are, no matter what they may be saying or doing. If we allow it to be this year, the Thanksgiving Day could very well feel like the holy celebration it's intended to be. A glorification and magnification of gratitude. Melody Beattie, the author of Codependent No More, wrote, "Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, and a stranger into a friend." Gratitude is a powerful thing because it causes us to perceive life from an awareness of our divinity. Abraham Hicks reminded us that love and appreciation are the same vibration, and because God is love, gratitude causes us to rise in our awareness of life and to consciously connect with the God within us. So this morning, our conversation about appreciation and gratitude brings us along our spiritual journey through the alphabet to the letter X. And X is a tricky letter in English because there's not a whole lot of words that start with it. Believe me, I looked. I mean, the original Oxford Dictionary listed about 400. But online dictionaries, at best, include about 120. So, let's just say that many of them weren't words I wanted to say on a Sunday anyway. So this morning, X is for X. And X marks the spot. Okay. So about 6 or 7 years ago, I gave a talk by that same title. And it was inspired by the X that sometimes is used as a placeholder for Christ in the word Christmas. And some people believe that the X is intended to be a non-religious way to write Christmas. But the practice of using X for Christ has been going on among religious scholars for over 1,000 years. It's nothing new. X is a Greek letter, C-H-I, which in English is pronounced chi, and in Greek, he. And it's often used as a shorter way of writing the Greek word for Christ, Christos. Now, we all know that the phrase X marks the spot is taken from a pirate map, where X marks where the treasure lies. So we could say that X marks the spot where Christ is, not only in the word Christmas, but on our treasure map of life. In the book of Matthew, we read, "For where your treasure is, there is your heart also." So we want to know where we're looking for our treasure. Are we looking within us or at the world? Are we consciously on an inner journey of the heart? Is it our intention to feel our oneness with all of creation and to discover more and more of who we're created to be? Or are we on a solely human path of separation and looking to the world to tell us who we are and to give us what we need? Whatever's important to us, whatever we value, is our treasure. Whatever thoughts we practice in our mind is where our heart is. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar said, "Heaven or hell is your state of mind. If the mind is in difficulty, then hell is right there. For a free mind, there's always bliss. It's always heaven." We could say that X marks the spot where we're either standing in heaven or hell. Now, a spiritual journey can expand our heart and increase our awareness that all we need is right where we stand. It's already there. Such a state of mind brings us freedom and joy. A solely human journey can break our hearts. and keep us unaware that the world can't give us what's already within us. And such a state of mind imprisons us and causes lack and limitation. Now, some of us may have already heard this story that Eckhart Tolle tells about a beggar sitting on a box by the side of the road for about 30 years. But even if we've heard it, it's a good one to hear again. So, one day a stranger walked by a beggar. And the beggar mumbled mechanically as he put out his old baseball cap, spare some change. And the stranger said, "I have nothing to give you." And then he asked, "What are you sitting on?" And the beggar said, "Nothing. Just an old box. I've been sitting on it for as long as I can remember." "Ever looked inside?" the stranger asked. "No," the beggar said. "What's the point? There's nothing in there." "Have a look inside," the stranger insisted. And so the beggar managed to pry open the box. And to his astonishment and elation, it was filled with gold. In the book of Luke, we read, "For nothing is concealed that will not become evident, nor anything hidden that will not be known and come to light." This earth life, despite what many say, isn't a game of hide and seek. It's about getting up off our assets and using our treasures. Our treasure isn't hidden, but we have to know where to look to find it so that it can come to light from our heart into our mind and into our life. If we're looking to the world for scraps of pleasure and satisfaction, or for validation and security and love, whatever we experience won't fulfill us as a spiritual being. Success that seems to come from the world or come from outside of us causes fear within us. It causes us to be selfish and jealous, to take and possess rather than give. We're here to give our treasure, not to take and possess, not to grab hold of something in the world for dear life. If we want to know where our treasure lies and where our heart is focused, Abraham Hicks reminds us what we're living is the evidence of what we're thinking and feeling every time. No thoughts are concealed that won't become evident as our life, because whether we're standing in a crowd or we're standing alone in our kitchen, X marks the spot where we are communicating with the universe through the vibrational energy we're emitting through our thoughts. Nothing is hidden and nothing is concealed from the universe. And because the universal law of attraction is all about energy and vibration, it knows where our heart is and it knows where our treasure lies. It receives our vibration and answers it without one question, with things that match it. Our life lets us know whether we're standing in heaven or hell. Whatever we're treasuring, whether we're treasuring our identity as divinity, and looking within us for the peace and joy and love and abundant good we desire to experience. Or we're looking to the world and blaming those in it when they do not, because they cannot give us what we need. When we decided to come into human form in the world, we brought our very own treasure map with us. It was drawn by the hand of God. A Course in Miracles tells us that it was drawn with everlasting love. The X on that map not only told us where our treasure lies, but it also carried the words right there by the X. This is where you are. You are here. So we wouldn't get lost on our adventure in this world. But instead of following our own map, we often look at everyone else's map to see where they're going. We may look at the map of someone who appears to be succeeding in this world and try to follow their map because we believe that the X on their map is where our treasures lie also. Or we may look at those who appear to us to be going in the wrong direction. At least they appear that way to us because they're not doing or saying or being what we believe they should. And so we insist that they follow our map. But the X that's on our treasure map of life belongs to us alone. It's the X the universe sees. The X that marks the presence of God in us. Of our divinity. The Way of the Heart tells us, I am already that which I seek. While this body lasts, I will allow it to be a communication device that extends the treasure of perfect love, perfect safety, and perfect peace to all who enter my house. And my house is my field of energy and the expanse of my presence. Our true treasure is the radiant, joyful being that we truly are. And the deep, unshakable peace and well-being that comes with it. The treasure within us not only includes everything that we could ever desire to experience in this world, but it has so much more, infinitely more. Because the world can't offer us what our spirit can. So, the question this morning is, are we sitting on our assets like a beggar? Asking the world for a little change? When everything and more that we could ever desire is already right there? Marcia often sang a song that would be perfect for her to sing this morning. And she would. But some of the lyrics go like this. You spend your days hoping. You spend your nights wishing. You're always feeling that something is missing. Can't you see? Don't you know? You don't have so far to go. It's already there, what you're looking for. It's already there. Don't need to search anymore. Open your eyes, Believe that it's true. It's already there inside of you. Gratitude is the key that opens up the treasure chest within us. When we're grateful to be alive, when we appreciate the good that we already have, we see the good around us, the universe demonstrates to us that life is good every time and all the time. Our treasures are in us because they flow from an infinite source within us, the source that sources all life forever. When our heart is filled with gratitude, we feel good vibes within us. And that feeling extends to those around us, those who enter our house, those in our field of energy, those in the expanse of our presence. We experience the good vibes that cause good health, and the good vibes that cause good relationships and good encounters with strangers. X marks the spot where our good comes to us and through us and into the world around us. X is a present moment awareness. X is always in the now. And so our present moment awareness, when we free it from past incidents and regrets, when we free it from future concerns and worries, well, X marks the spot of the joyful, radiant being of our true self. We shine in that spot. We glow in that spot. We extend in that spot. We expand our presence from that spot. Right where we are, wherever we are, is a spot where the love and the light and the joy and the laughter and the hope and the peace and the beauty of creation comes through. Right there. In other words, X marks the spot where Christ is revealed through us. Namaste. All right. No whispering over there. I'll have to separate you two. Okay, well, this is the time of our service when we get to say thank you. And I know that for some of us, we're used to giving a special gift at Christmas just because it feels like the thing to do. And often we do that when we're in the sanctuary, when we're all together for our sing-along and candlelight service. So if you still want to do that, then you can send it. You can do it on Facebook, on our Facebook site, Life Enrichment Center. You can do it on our website, lecflint.com. Just let us know that it's a special gift for Christmas. And for anyone who is new or doesn't know how to send gratitude to LEC, if you are grateful for this message, if you are grateful that LEC is here when you want to tune in, then again, you can do it the same way. You can donate on Facebook. You can contribute on our website. If you're a member of PayPal, you can send your gratitude there, or you can send a check to 2512 South Dye Road, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And thank you.